my stained nails in it. But I have showed this in my hair care or hair journey video that I've had posted on my channel for a while. But the combination that I'm using here is the one and only light tangerine blonde. It's a permanent shade, and I am using the L'Oreal permanent, only a splash of it though. I think it's in the shade Marigold because it's a much deeper red shade. And there you can see I have my just a 20 volume developer. And then what I also mix in, so there's just a lot of things that contribute to the color that I get on my hair. And then the last mix in is the L'Oreal Color Boost Color Shot, and that is in the shade Copper. But most of the time during the last summer and the summer before that, instead of the shade Marigold that you'll see me do like a splash of, I was using the shade Capri Sunset, but that gives you a much brighter orange, like not even just honey blonde orange anymore, it's just very orange. And so that is what I'm doing to mix it here, and at this point there is a reflection of light on my hair, so I think it makes it look a little bit more orange than it really was in real life. It was a lot more of a pale, just strawberry blonde at that point. If you didn't know, I'm a fraud, and my hair is not red. I have natural blonde hair, but that makes it easier for me to apply said fun colors like orange. All of the time, I debate what to call the color of my hair, because in the natural world, this would just be called red, like you have red hair. Well, I feel like this shade right now that I have is considered ginger, but the one that I dye it to would be considered red. But to me, I just call it orange. I don't know, I call it orange. Sometimes I'll call it ginger when it gets a little bit lighter, but I just like, it's such a bright color that I can't wrap my head around calling it red alone. This is the Color Lux Direct Vibes, I think that was the name of it, in copper, and I use that on the ends of my hair because I'm just gonna say it right now. If you are into anything cosmetology, if you are a hairstylist, if you have done your own hair in the past and you do it a lot, trust me when I say that I know I do mine in this video, not in a thorough manner. I do it in a way that if you were to try to replicate what I do on your own hair, you would probably come out looking jacked up. The reason that I can get away with the method I use to dye my hair, not really method, but just the application process, how terrible I apply it, is because I've been doing it for so long. I've been doing this for years to my hair, and because of that, my hair is already the color. It's already the same color that I've been using to dye it, and it only really fades. And so by the time I'm applying more of the color to it, you cannot notice any of the hiccups that I have, or the hiccups that I make, because it kind of just all comes together as like a, oh, if this piece is slightly lighter than this piece, it just looks natural because it looks like supposed to, because that is what I find both fades and my hair grows, of course. So then the sort of like dirtier shade of blonde will show through, and that's what really dims. Whoa, I don't know why my voice just got loud. That's what really dims the bright orange shade that we know and love. And so, long story short, if I am able to just dye my roots, and I don't have enough product, or I don't have enough time to dye the rest of my hair, I'll still look fine, because the rest of my hair is still basically the same color. I'm just, the way that I'm watching myself do this, I know that there's gonna be people that are like, oh my gosh, there's no way you're doing this, but I am indeed doing this. I have so much hair. Why am I struggling right now? So a lot of the time I talk and I face away from the video because I talk well when I'm sort of spacing out, I guess. But as I like pan back to my phone, I see myself just struggling, and I think I remember this part. I start to, I can't take out the piece that and I start to freak out, because let me tell you, these duck clips, I think they're called duck clips, as wonderful and convenient as they are, they get your hair stuck in the part of it that actually, I don't know, not the part that clamps down, but the other end of it. But it gets stuck, okay, and it hurts, and it pulls your hair out, and it makes me angry. And let me just tell you guys, recording this has made me, I say this as a joke, but not as a joke, but you guys, recording this has made me hate the way I look when I am focused. When I look at myself focusing, I make this face, and okay, so, for example, my sister, when she was younger and she was focusing, she would stick out her tongue a lot, like just slightly, like just like a slight bit, but it just let you know, like, oh, she's focused. For me, I either look, oh my gosh, I either look really angry, or it looks like I'm making an angry mom face. You know, like when a mom is like, she'll purse her lips and she's like, you know what I'm talking about? You know exactly what mouth I did when I said that. That's what I do when I focus, and I'm not even gonna tell you the rest of what I notice, because then you're gonna notice it, and I don't want you to notice. But this video is definitely a lot more informal, and just more so for entertainment than it is for the other videos I make that would be primarily for sleep. And I really do hope that you can fall asleep to this, but sometimes I find that certain videos I can sleep to, and then some videos I kind of just want to sit up and watch, or just sit and relax, as opposed to actually going to sleep. Like, sometimes it really is nice to just kill time and to not feel guilty about it while doing it, to just feel like I'm actually giving myself some rest and energizing myself, because sometimes consuming... What am I doing here? I'm taking a break. Yeah, you guys, this is draining. This really gets draining to hold your hair up the whole time. And to deal with this much hair, it's a lot of hair. It's so dense. Anyways, to be able to feel like sometimes whenever I'm spending my time on videos, on media, social media content in general, I can feel like I'm wasting my time, or that I just should be doing something else, and I can feel guilty for it. But with ASMR, it genuinely makes me feel like I'm relaxing my body and not mentally exhausting myself, because that's what, YouTube videos can do. You just keep consuming and consuming, and there's still outside influence and noise happening in your brain, even though you think you're relaxing. But I'm glad I've found a sort of safe level ground in the realm of ASMR, knowing that when I watch it, I don't have to feel that way. Also, I didn't say it at the beginning of the video, and I don't know if I'm going to go back and insert a voice clip saying it so that it is clear from the start. But I am also going to include a section at the end of this video where I am styling my hair. When I say styling, I blow dried it, but I didn't film that part because that's pretty basic. I didn't do anything like fancy, like a blowout or anything. It was just to get it dry, because even in this video you can see I sort of have waves, and not just because I took it out of a braid. Like when I just shower and let it air dry, it just has waves in it. Wow, I look greasy. Every time I say greasy, it sounds like crazy. I noticed that now that I've said it and reflected on it. But I will be showing myself straightening my hair, which is what I do most often. I actually have not properly, keyword properly, straightened, or no, excuse me, oh my gosh, I have not properly curled my hair in, I'd say it's been years now, as in I myself have not been the one to curl my hair. It was always like the hairdresser that did it whenever they finished. And I will say it is a little bit of a problem that I don't know how to do it as properly as I think I should. But the issue is that I used to curl my hair all the time when I had shorter hair. But once you get long hair, it is genuinely very difficult. It is just, to me, it's difficult because I feel like there's a lot of factors that go into curling long hair. Like, it's kind of hard. I'm sorry, I'm yawning, oh my goodness. It was my second day of class today. I feel like I'm in kindergarten saying that. But using like a curling wand, I don't ever want to use those because they burn me too easily, and it's not worth the constant like trying to tiptoe around it. And a barrel with a clamp, those sort of hair curlers, I've never been able to use them properly to where I'm not getting the crimp when you set the hair into the clamp. Likewise, I struggle to get my hair out, and I start yanking the curler off, and then my hair looks all sorts of messed up. So that is another huge reason for why I struggle with curling my hair. And the whole straightener method, just, you can only do it to a certain extent, and my hair sucks at holding curls. So I use a medium finish hairspray whenever I do want it to hold. Not a what else is it called? Just a full-on hard cast kind of hairspray finish. I do not like that. I do not like that one bit. And so it has to be a medium strength hairspray, which is considered, it's called a working hairspray. That is what my hairdresser told me. And you can add it before you style as well. That's why they call it that. So it's really handy. Mine is Moroccan Oil. That is the brand, and it's incredible. I've talked about it before. They're awesome. And right now I am observing the thorough job of my roots, but my hands, yeah, I shrug it off now, but you'll be mad about it later, Haley. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. But now, here's the thing. I feel like the mid of my hair does not fade as much as other parts of my hair do. I don't know how that works. Maybe that's wrong, but for me, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I keep yawning. Maybe I'm gonna transfer my contagious yawns over to you, and you're gonna start to yawn, and you're gonna get sleepy. And we're all just gonna be sleepy together. I think that's fine. But I am just going to cover, because I split my hair in half, and to me that rationalizes how I am just applying color all over, and not in an even manner, not in the slightest, because a product like this does not lather. Same thing with bleach. You cannot simply put it on a section of hair and assume that it's going to spread and evenly coat whatever else is on top of that hair or underneath it. It just doesn't work that way. So here, even though that from the roots to the mids, the roots are saturated, but the mid of my hair, even though it looks like it's getting color, a lot of it on the inside is not. But I was very aware of that, and I was fine with that reality because I only had the half of the regular hair dye tube alongside the extra add-ins. But I also knew I was going to coat my hair with that Lux Color Lux copper semi-permanent color. You can see the bottle in the lower right corner. I knew that I was going to use that anyways, and it's sort of like a filler in a sense. And surprisingly, it shouldn't work like this, but because I've been doing my hair for so long, I'm still rewarded even when I do a terrible job at my hair. Because when I apply that, the semi-permanent color, the orange copper color, it just makes my hair look like deeper and darker where I applied the permanent dye. And then it looks like highlighted and more orange and more fun in the places that the permanent dye might not have reached. And keep in mind, semi-permanent is just that. Oh my gosh, my neck. Wow. It is not going to last as many washes as your permanent will. Even then, even when people get permanent color and it's not their natural color, it's going to fade this is me talking to myself, because I thought I was telling you guys in my phone here. I was telling you I'm about to put a bag on my head, but you don't get to see it. You don't get to see that part, because I knew I looked dumb doing it. But guess what? You're right here sitting with me, and you're seeing it anyways. I have no clue what I'm saying here, but now I am a Amish woman, apparently, and my hands are completely messed up. But sure, we're just gonna cut to the idealized video where I'm now brushing out my hair like I didn't make a complete mess of my hands and of my surroundings. But at least I look like Mera from Aquaman. I'm kidding, but I feel like when my hair is wet, that's exactly what it reminds me of. Oh, whoa, was that a transition? I didn't even do that on purpose. Wow, I did not do that on purpose, you guys. I'm like surprised. Anyways, here is my hair while I'm about to straighten it. And I've once again got it up in that updo to section it off. And then I'm going to go in with the straightener, and I really have to linger at the roots while I'm straightening. The rest of my hair, I can get away with a couple quick passes. I know the most thorough way to straighten your hair is to do a long, thorough pass, and then you can do like one quick one over it. But for me, when I'm not in a rush, but just going faster, I'll do some like hard and fast pulls at the root, and then just pull it all the way down so that the heat is at least dispersed throughout the whole piece of hair. But that is that first layer done. And see, I feel like I make so many strange faces while I work with my hair. That's okay though. We're human, and it's maybe endearing to think that we've got funny little faces that we don't notice and that everyone else probably does. But here, see, you can see those quick grabs I do at the root, and then I like to brush it as I go because it keeps the hair taut and tight for the straightener. I was sweating, you guys. When I do my hair, I sweat, and it makes me angry and irritable, and it makes me want to take the brush and bang it up against my head. Every young woman has had such an experience. You just have. It's a rite of passage. Oh my gosh. I look like I'm in pain. I look like I'm in pain while I do my hair. It's crazy. I'm sorry, I'm overreacting. It's just so funny to watch myself, and I have no clue what I actually look like. But if you could see what I was doing with my bangs there, I simply take the straightener, and I always do it with a straightener. Sometimes I'll leave it in a roller, but that's pretty rare because I have to bring it with me places then.